So then that takes me to Acts 5:29, which reads, "Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men." Like, that's straightforward, right? Like, that says a lot. You're supposed to obey God before any man on this earth. And me personally, like me and my family, we wouldn't be members or true believer if I wasn't obedient to God. So in March 2021, Pastor T, he told me the vision that God showed him concerning this ministry and where it was going. And during that conversation, he told me he saw me in a dream, right? Cool, he saw me in a dream. I see a lot of people in a dream. That don't mean that was actually supposed to be depicting me, right? So even though he said he saw me in a dream, me being me, I told him I'm still going to go to God myself, because I was honestly, with the church we left from, or come from, I was comfortable. I was comfortable doing exactly what I was doing, which is reality of it, wasn't doing much. I was over the finance ministry, doing the tithes and offering. I go up there and pray when I'm asked to be prayed, when the pastor asks me to pray. So I'm being obedient, but I'm also comfortable at the same time. So when he told me about the dream, and he told me that I was in the dream, I went to God for myself. So this was in March 2021. Honestly, I started praying. I didn't hear from God until June, but when I heard from him, it was clear as day. It was in the middle of the night, woke up in the middle of the night. He gave me 3 reasons why me and my family should leave where we were to come join this, to come help start this ministry. And I won't go into all 3, but the first one was enough. He gave me 2 after that, but the first one was enough. He said that when I committed my life, did I commit my life to him, or did I commit my life to that church? I committed my life to him, so that was the first thing he gave me. So after that, in my mind, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, me and my family, we're gonna have to make this transition to this church. So, again, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I had a good relationship with the pastor there. So, but out of respect for him and the man I am, now I gotta have that conversation with him. Right? So, we meet, had a conversation with him. Y'all know a lot of the people that was at that church. Him and certain other people, after I had that conversation with him, were calling me and texting me, basically saying that we should not be going. Like, they could throw scripture and all that, and I was telling y'all, I was reiterating to them, like, this is nothing personal. Like, nothing happened there that made me mad or I wanted to leave or nothing like that. I'm literally being obedient to God. What do I look like going to God, asking him, he give me the answer, and then I'd be disobedient to the answer? Like, come on, that's a slap in the face. So it was no way I was doing that. So as much as man wanted me to stay at that other church, and the fear I had of myself, the fear unknown, like, I wasn't raised in the church. I think that's a good thing now that I look back on it, because I'm not religious or bound by those church restrictions that let's be for real, those different churches, they have their own set of rules. So I thank God that I wasn't raised in church, but that he showed me grace and mercy I can get through from where I was to where I am now, right? So I don't take that for granted. So even though they wanted me to stay, and they were almost begging me to stay, they were speaking down on the ministry. The ministry hadn't even started yet. They just didn't think it was going to be what it is right now today. So, and I could have easily just gave in, because it would have been easier for me to just stay there. Again, I was comfortable. But I didn't. So I was being obedient to God. So when it comes to obedience, like, you need to realize, you need to focus on who you identify. I'm sorry, that's the word I want to use. You need to identify who or what you're being obedient to, because we know there's a lot of small gods. When I say small gods, I mean lowercase g's in this world. So you want to make sure you being obedient, you serving the one true, only living God. So when it comes to being obedient, just make sure you're being obedient to him, not to man, not to your wife, not to your husband, not to your friends, not even to your pastor. Like, you want to be obedient to God.